Is that good?
That is good.
Okay. How do we start this?
I really don't know.
Something happened today.
Yeah,
It's really weird to sit down and talk about it. We've talked about it all day.
it is. Well, let's preface it by saying, we were meeting some friends at their hotel by the pool, and everybody was saying goodbye, saying, we were distracted, in all honesty, and I would say probably it was only at the most maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and we turn around and Ella's gone. No clue where she's at. It's tough to talk about.
It really is. What happened was we were hanging out. The thing is, this is a scenario we've never encountered before. Usually when we're with Ella, we're typically with family, and when you're with family, everybody in your family has eyes on your child. That's just like how it goes. Not saying that anyone in this scenario didn't have eyes on our kids. We all watch each other. But like, we're saying goodbye, and I had already looked behind me, I saw Ella. You looked behind you, you saw Ella. And the next time I turn around, I'm like, John, where's our kid? And she was gone. And I have never in my life experienced these feelings I'm feeling, ever. And it's panic. It's the worst feeling you can ever feel as a parent. And you feel helpless, and you feel like there's nothing. Every worst case scenario runs through your head in that moment. And every minute, every second feels like an hour. I've never wished that on anyone.
It is, in the moment of panic, Lauren went running inside the hotel to go try to find Ella. I'm looking around the pool, no sign of her. Thank goodness for
Isaiah.
some of the people were with Isaiah.
The whole Moss
thank you.
family.
Yes, thank you.
We all should also say Ella has never in her life ever ran away from us. I mean, we have never, I would say she's ran, but like while we're with her, like she'll maybe bolt into traffic. We've caught those scenarios, you know what I mean? But she's never been so stealthy as to sneak away from us and us not notice, because Ella's typically very loud and in the mix and not stealthy at all. That's not her personality. So we're really shook up about this, because it's not something we've ever experienced as parents, and it's probably one of the most traumatizing things that we've ever experienced. It's a very short amount of time.
Definitely.
It was so short, but it felt like it wasn't. And we are fully aware of, like, this changes everything for us. I mean, this scenario is the worst case scenario. It's happened, and now we just need to be better. We've talked about it. We got in the car. It was a very quiet car ride home.
Yes, very much so. We need to open the lines of communication. Just make sure that we're always within viewing distance, feeling distance, just making sure that she's close by. It's not a feeling that we ever want to have again, in all honesty.
We typically, I think this really woke us up and said, hey, maybe we're not as good as we thought we are.
Of course.
We love her. We are great parents. We are a great team, typically. John's fresh out of surgery a couple weeks ago. He's overdone it this weekend. We've both been in the sun. We're cranky. We were frustrated with each other today. The typical, teamwork thing that we usually have going on just wasn't with it today, and it was the one day that we needed it and had no idea. And I think we haven't fought about this. We've talked about this all day, and we felt the feelings, and I'm in shock. I really am, and I feel weird. It's a weird feeling to know that it can happen to anyone at any time and so fast. It's something that people don't typically talk about, I don't think, or if they do talk about it, I don't ever want anybody to think that we don't care, or that we're trying to just be honest with you guys. This is something that happened to us, and it's something that we need to talk about, because it can happen to anyone. typical, not typical, but our child just so happens to be the kid that can't say who she is.
Yeah.
Or who her mommy or her daddy is. And that is scary. So we will be better. And we'll do better. And you just need to be aware at all times. And we were, Isaiah, Priscilla and Asa's son, found Abby. And I don't even remember how I reacted.
Found Ella, not
Abby. Oh, Ella. We've been around Abby all weekend, guys. They're meshing together. He found Ella, and I kind of blacked out. I really don't remember how I reacted. I didn't think we were going to find her. Even though it was such a short amount of time, you just think that you're not going to find your kid, and it's scary. So we'll do better.
Yeah.
Priscilla and Asa were really great about it, trying to encourage us and make us feel better. It happens. My mom's been the same way. She's like, this happens to pretty much everyone at some point. And it's terrible, but I'm so thankful that it didn't last longer than a couple of minutes, and that Isaiah did find her and he brought her back to me, and it wasn't the worst case scenario for us. And sometimes it's not like that for other parents, so we're very grateful, and we will be better.
Definitely.
Autism, sometimes you forget. Like I said, it's a euphoric feeling. This weekend's been great. Felt normal. We felt excited and happy and relaxed, and we're not typically relaxed, and I think that kind of threw us off a little bit. And you can be relaxed as parents, and even as autism parents, you can be relaxed. I'm not saying you don't have to be uptight, but you do have to have a certain sense of what's going on at all times.
Yep. Yeah, we just need to always be observant. All day I've been checking over my shoulder, making sure she was there, doing what she was supposed to do, and in all honesty, we just lack of communication on our part. There's no one else to blame, no one else to say it's our fault.
It's our fault.
And from here on out, we just need to do better. It's you don't want to beat yourself up about it too much. It's just use it, learn, grow. But we went back and forth whether we should talk about it. Should we not? Should we? And I feel that maybe it'll hit home for somebody. Just don't ever be complacent, assuming what your child will do, won't do.
Ever.
Like we said, it was less than a minute. We took our eyes off. She slid in the door behind somebody that opened the hotel door and
ran down a lobby
hallway, and
that was that.
Yeah,
she was gone.
We're lucky. There's other scenarios where it's not as good as.
And we were in a hotel full of autism aware people. So I don't know if that made a difference, but when I went screaming because John not froze, but I
can't react, I can't run. I'm not at that point of recovery yet. In all honesty, my first instinct, of course, is to run, chase, try to find her, and
he was trying to think where she'd go. He checked the pool. I, on the other hand, I'm pretty positive I panicked. I was screaming through the lobby in the hotel. Has anyone seen a little girl with rain boots on? And that's scary. I had to remember what my kid was wearing so I could tell someone to find her.
And it's not an easy thing to talk about.
I just hope you can learn from this.
Definitely. You feel like you let your child down almost by not being as observant as you normally are. None of this is easy. It's not. There's no other excuse. As a parent, you feel like you failed your child because, yes, our child is semi-verbal. I will say that. But she isn't always aware of surroundings. Does she know our names? Yes. I mean, she knows our names, but
she doesn't know to ask for us.
Right. Exactly.
She doesn't respond when asked.
Right.
You just are grateful that the right people found her.
Yeah.
And we'll learn from this 1000%, because this is something, like we said, this is going to change the way we are. I know that sounds super dramatic, and I'm not trying to make it sound dramatic, but this is the reality of it. It's changed how we have to be a better team. We need to be better, and we will be better because we love her. She is our primary focus in this world, and we always try and do our very best for her. And we both feel like we let her down.
Yeah.
And we let each other down.
Yeah.
And we will be better from this. And I hope, you know, if something similar has happened to you, I know it's happened to one of my best friends. And I remember the day she called me and it happened to her, and I couldn't even make out what she was saying. And I felt awful for her, of course, but I had no idea how she felt. And feeling how she felt and how her life has changed from that, that's how our lives are going to change. We're going to be different, and that's it. Ella is capable of more than we give her credit for, and that we are aware she's smart and she's able to do things, but that's not something we've ever experienced as autism parents, and it's definitely an eye-opener. So there's no way we couldn't have talked about this, because you guys know me, I talk about everything on this channel, what happens, you know, and it's something that is going to affect us for a few days. It's definitely going to affect us today, and we need to talk about it. It needs to be said. You know, these things happen. If you're not affected by autism directly, maybe, you know, keep...
You know, and
I don't even know what to say.
Not even from an autism point of view. It's with any child. You know, just always be aware. It can happen, you know, to anybody. Your child darts away for a minute, and
it took 25 seconds for her to be out of our vision. 25 seconds for her to get in, and then us realize something happened, and she's quit, and she was gone. And thank God we noticed when we did. I mean, we're just so grateful to God. I mean, there is no other way to feel other than, you know, we're humbled.
Yeah.
It knocked us down, not that we're on a high pedestal, it knocked us down a few notches for sure, and us to really look at our own communication skills as parents to a special needs child, because those are things that really need to be worked on with us. And we're still new to this, and we're still learning, and I hope that this is really what we needed, you know, to maybe be the best parents we can be.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the first time it happened, but, you know, and hopefully the last.
But it might not be.
But in those situations, we just need to communicate better. I mean, we didn't blame each other. We just asked, you know, hey, where's Ella? Where's, you know, where did she go? And it's a sinking feeling knowing that we couldn't answer that question. You know, where did she go? What happened?
I was expecting him to be like, she's right here.
Yeah.
And I think he was expecting me to say, she's right here.
Right.
And then we all realized
and that's usually what happens. In all honesty, we've asked each other, hey, you got eyes on Ella? Yeah, of course, she's right here.
I got her.
And it just happened. We were so caught up with what we were doing that...
You keep shaking the table every time you hit your
head. It was just a lapse in... I don't want to say judgment, but it was just a lapse in being observant.
Yeah.
You normally were on top of everything. And today we weren't.
Nope.
No excuses, no anything. It's just we need to be better.
And we will.
Exactly.
We already have plans in place, and, you know, there's going to be ID bracelets. Hold on. Okay, so we had some time to, like, calm down because, well, Ella's tooth hurts, and we just had to do the fake drilling with the finger thing and get some... She's still freaking out. Basically, we're going to get the road ID bracelet, which is going to have her name, our number, and, like, all of her information on it, and try and figure out the best way to have her keep it on. That will keep her the safest, I think, until she's able to verbally say who she is and who she belongs to in case of something like this again. we've definitely learned from it, or we're
Definitely.
going to learn from it, and we're going to be better. So
Definitely. And to be honest with you, the video isn't about sympathy. It isn't about, we don't want you to feel sorry. We wanted to put it out there, to let you know, number one, things aren't always perfect. Number two, just always keep an eye on your child.
always
30 seconds.
10 seconds.
Exactly.
It can get away from you if you're not your full, and like nobody can be their best selves all the time, like no sleep, or it happens, and we're gonna do our very best to make sure that we won't let it happen again.
Definitely.
I love you.
Well, I know that. I mean,
We learned from this.
I love you too.
We're exhausted. It's like that's the worst adrenaline rush I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah. I mean, and I keep smiling because, not because of what happened, but the conclusion.
We were lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody was there for a reason today. Isaiah is quick.
Yeah.
That boy should be signed to an NFL team, if you ask me. He's fast. And he carried her. She was going for the ice cream. He's like,
Yeah.
He's like, I know you're really upset right now. I think he said that. He's like, but I think she was being cute or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I blacked out, but everybody surrounding us made us feel better about it, and that's really, we're so grateful for that, because I think any parent, even the most perfect parent, can go through something similar to this and then feel this big.
Yeah.
And we feel this big today. And we're not that big. We're big people. Not like big, you know what I'm saying, but we're large, and we feel very small.
God always humbles you for a reason. So
I think so.
You get on this high horse of thinking, through the weekend, like, oh, Ella did so great, Ella did, and it just...
We were like in an imaginary world almost for him.
And you're humbled for a reason. And that's... When you get too complacent and you get comfortable, that's when things happen, and that's kind of what happened today.
Yep.
So
we can have fun and we can live our best life, like I always say. We had the best weekend.
Yes.
And it was followed by one of the most traumatizing things ever. But it doesn't take away from the fact that our weekend was wonderful. We had a great time, and we'll just now know to not just get lost in it.
Yeah.
And to be more aware, even if we're frustrated, even if we're sunburnt, even if we're hot, tired, hurting, whatever. Actually, someone left a comment about how women have cesarean sections and are up 3 days later. It's actually Patricia, one of our subscribers here. She's a very sweet lady.
I agree. I am 100%. It's just muscles rebuilding.
He had a hard recovery. It was more complicated, and that doesn't mean that.
No, it's no excuse as far as this goes. I mean, if I could run, I'd be there. It's just...
We all react in different ways. He was trying to think in the mind of Ella, and Ella had shown interest in the stairs before, so he tried to look down the stairs. We didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can really be prepared for a situation like that. Except for the Moss family. I feel like they were really prepared for that. They handled it really well, and they helped a lot.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. You live and you learn.
Yep. Yep.
All I can say is we'll be better for, hopefully there's not a next time, but if there is, we'll be better prepared and we'll be on it right away.
Yep.
So
we're going to be a better team.
Definitely.
Teamwork makes the dream work, guys, and it's just us two.
Yeah.
And we're going to be together in the long haul doing this with her. And I'm glad it ended well. So that's all we really have to talk to you guys about today. This was not a planned thing, but we definitely wanted to talk about it, bring awareness to this. This is the real reality of our lives now. This is not something we ever experienced before in autism, but it is something that is real. And if you're here from keto, sorry. This is what we deal with. And these are the things that, also trigger food for us. We're going to eat bad tonight. I always say feel the feelings, don't eat them. We're going to eat them. We're going to eat all of them, because I think we need to just feel we felt them, and now we need to eat them, and then tomorrow we're going to just be better, and make sure that this never happens again, or try to. We're also gonna have to talk to our therapist about that, because that's
And let's be honest, it's something, when we bring it up to her school will work on. They've been great with everything.
oh my gosh, amazing.
It's another thing that we need to work on. Ella just needs to understand that, she can't just run without us. She can talk to us, tell us what she needs. And that's one blessing. She's semi-verbal. She can tell us these things. But that being said, it's something we all need to work on, and we will.
We will, and just because she can tell us what she wants doesn't mean she can tell a stranger.
Right.
So hopefully we can get this figured out.
Yeah,
I'm glad we
definitely.
talked about it. This feels good just to talk to you guys about it too. We're human, obviously. I've never claimed to not be human, but we are very human, and we make mistakes, and today mistakes were made, and we're going to learn from them. And it's our duty to tell you guys about all the good, the bad, and this kind of scary, ugly thing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and I know you guys will be really supportive of us. You have been nothing but supportive of us. And we just want you to know that if something ever similar happens to you, or it has happened to you, we feel you. We
Definitely.
feel for you.
And in all honesty, share your experiences with us.
Yeah.
It's not just about us. It's about you guys too. We want to be here for everybody if we can be. So
Yeah.
definitely share the experiences with us. Anything you've learned, that can help us. We want to hear it.
We're learning, guys. We're still learning. We're on the learning curve. I think you learn as you go as a parent anyway. And this is something that we're so grateful we learned from and will be better from. So
Definitely.
we're going to go ahead and deal with our child who's...
I hear things being thrown around.
Yep, so she's safe.
She's safe, but the room may not be.
Our house is safe. Our sanctuary here is safe. We just need to be more aware of the other outside world.
Yeah, definitely.
We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Can you cook with us? And
Woo!
yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. See y'all later.
Bye.